Yes, it's that time again, kids. Good to see you. Good to see you. Today, I'm going to be talking about why failure stings so much and what you can do about it. Yes, you can do something about it. I'm going to tell you right after this. Good to be back. Fred Moore here, time stress management expert, and as always, bald guy. The sting of failure. It's there. It's there. Why is it there? Why does it sting so much? Well, because it's personal, right? Failure is personal. When somebody rejects you, they're rejecting you, right? That's what we're talking about today. This whole thing. And of course, failure is in quotes because if you know me, and I hope you do by now, I don't believe in failure like most people do. I believe that failure is a result that I got, and now I need to try something different to get the result that I want, right? But think about this. Back in my single days, I'd go to a club because that's where you met quality girls, right? I'd go there, and you may not know this about me, but I'm kind of a shy guy. A lot of performers are introverts, really, when they're out. When they're not on stage, when I'm doing this, I'm like, yeah, all right. But if I'm out where people don't know me, it's like, how you doing there? It would take me lots of, I wouldn't say hours, but it would take me a while and usually a few libations of encouragement to get the nerve up to go talk to a girl or ask her to dance. I didn't know how to do this stuff, right? Because when I would ask a girl to dance and she would say no, which was all the time, I know, how could they turn this down? I don't know. It was a blow to my ego. I mean, it's like, they hate me. They want nothing to do with me. When that's probably not the case. They don't know me. I'm some strange dude. I'm just like, I don't know. I just walk up. Hey, want to dance? Hey, how you doing? Woo! We could go on the dance floor and I could not know how to dance, or I could dance like, hey, So, but I took it personally. Right? My background is in show business, and show business is filled with rejection. You go on auditions and you get rejected. And it's hard not to take it personal because we don't like you. We're looking for something and it's not you. So what do you do about it? Right? Well, first thing that you can do to get over all this, to get past the sting of failure, remove your ego from it. Take your ego out. Realize that, yeah, all right, maybe this failure is not going to make you look good, right? This failure is going to be seen by others as you're a loser. That's not really the case, right? See, in our society, failure has gotten such a stigma as being a bad thing. You don't want to fail. Of course you don't want to fail, but how are you going to do something if you don't try? And there's always a chance of failure. Matter of fact, you're probably going to fail more times than you succeed because you're learning, right? You're growing. You're figuring out how to do this thing. But no. Failure is bad. If you're a failure, that means you're a loser. You're no good. I'm not affirming that. I'm not saying that that's true. No, that's what a lot of people think. That's what society has kind of pushed into us, like, oh no, failure's bad. So our ego comes into play. I don't want to be seen as a failure, right? I don't want to feel like a failure. Failure is a result. That's all it is. So if you take your ego out of it and just change your mindset to where if you fail in public, celebrate it, right? Own it. Most people, when something doesn't go their way, it's like, oh, I went to this audition and I didn't get the audition. Well, how come you didn't get the audition? Well, the casting director, they don't like this type of person, or I think I offended them, or they're just having a bad day and all that. couldn't be my fault. Of course not. No, it's all on them. People make excuses when it comes to their failures. It's not my fault. It's not my, it's some outside force in the world. That's why I didn't get the job. That's why I didn't get the audition. That's why when I tried to go on this diet and exercise, I didn't lose any weight. That's why when I tried to open my business, it failed, because there's all these outside forces, right? It's not me. We make excuses. No, you don't want to make excuses, right? You take your ego out of it. You're not worried about failing, right? Take your ego about it. Don't worry about failure, and then be grateful for this failure that you have. What? What are you talking about, Fred? I just failed at something. Why should I be happy about it? I don't know why you're Southern, but you should be grateful for the failure, because now you know how not to do this thing, right? If you've got that business and business isn't going, that the business closes, all right, well, what did I do that made me not get the result that I wanted? Right? What did I do that made me, quote, fail? Right? Maybe I was on the exercise program. I wasn't sticking to my diet. I wasn't going consistently. What in the business? All right. Well, I wasn't advertising. I wasn't treating my customers right. I wasn't treating my employees right. All right. Be grateful for the failure. Don't dwell on it. That's the next one, but be grateful for that failure, because you are learning, right? You're going to get data out of this failure. You're going to learn, all right, whatever I was doing wasn't working. What can I change to get a different result, the result that I want? Scientists know this. The more no's they get, the more failures they get, the closer they are to the result that they want. All right. I hinted at this, and I kind of tipped it. Yeah. Stop dwelling on it and move on. You can dwell on this failure that you've had for a long, long time. And you know people like that. Hopefully you're not one of those people, but you know people like that. That this, whatever failure it is, it nags on them. It weighs them down. It pulls them down. Oh, I didn't succeed at this thing, and I'm such a... No, it's a result. It's not a failure. It's a result. Don't dwell on it. Move on. Right? I got fired from a 9-month contract. It was a performing contract. Maybe you've heard the story before, but I got fired 2 weeks into this contract. Right? Fired. I had 9 months of work. Now I got nothing. I gave myself one day to feel miserable about it. And I felt miserable about it. I was scared. I was panicky. I had no job. I had no income. I had nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I thought, okay, well, I could sit there and it's not my fault. They hit there. It's there. It's just me. Whatever. Give myself a day to whine about it to myself, to just be miserable. And that's it. Because I knew that dwelling on it, being miserable, wasn't going to do me any good at all. No good at all. It wasn't going to change the situation. It wasn't going to solve the problems I now had. All it was going to do was make me depressed, make me sad, and not move me forward. So 3 simple things that you can do when that failure stings. Just remember these things, right? Don't dwell on it. Keep on moving. Just don't worry about it if you can, right? Just move past it. All right. I hope that does you some good, right? I mean, failure is going to happen. Embrace the failure, right? Celebrate it. Know that now you've gotten a result. You can change your actions and get a different result. Maybe it won't sting as much. Now, maybe that girl that goes, I don't want to dance with you, or that guy says, I don't want to go out with you, that's still going to sting a little bit. But remember, they weren't good enough for you anyway. All right. See, if you don't dwell on this stuff, it is going to release some of that stress, right? You're not going to be stressed. You're not going to be worried about it. Maybe you'll get some of your time back. Speaking of time, what a segue, huh? Go to 5hoursback.com. Sign up, name, email. I'm going to send you a video that's going to show you, me showing you how to get, on average, about 5 hours back in your week. time-saving tips that you can do to get some of that time back that you probably want, don't you? And it's time you can use to do more work or just relax or celebrate or have fun or whatever. 5hoursback.com. And as always, please do me a favor and share the love. Hit the like button, comment on this, let me know about some of your failures that really sting, and I'll commiserate with you. But share this with your friends, because maybe some of those failures they have are stinging too, and they want to get past it, or maybe they can't get past it, and this might help them. Together we can all help people to do so much more. All right, I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.